college friend and I went to Los Angeles, and it turned out to be the weekend of the Academy Awards. I happened to have some NBC stationery, and so I typed up a letter introducing us as the nephews of the CEO of NBC at the time. And before you know it, we had these credentials. And of course, that was a famous year. Charlie Chaplin, and this was his big homecoming. And he was on stage, and I grabbed my friend and we just followed the crowd. We ended up on stage. And that's when I got pictures in the paper and everybody saw us on the show that night. What are you doing? You're a college student on spring break. I did it in my low 20s, and it's tough because the security are looking for kids. I always had said at the time, when I'm older and have gray hair, assuming I'm still around and somewhat together, it's a lot easier. Put on a suit or a tux or something, you can get in pretty easily. And so I really perfected that. And then take it, to 2022. So after I was named world's greatest crasher, I figured I had to keep things a little more current. So I decided I wanted to go to the White House Correspondents Dinner. So we're sitting on a bench, and all of a sudden in front of us, out of the elevator, which sensed some commotion, comes Kim Kardashian and her boyfriend at the time, Pete Davidson from SNL, and a big entourage. So we just became the 8th and 9th security people. After my Oscar appearances in a trophy shop, I saw they had an Oscar replica there. It was expensive, but I went back and got it. I always wonder, if I took that Oscar with the name of a winner, if I could get into the Vanity Fair party. And that was the one elusive party I had not crashed. So I ended up going to this thing and found 5 younger people on the street who were all dressed up. They said, "Are you going to the Vanity Fair party?" I said, "Well, I hope to. Are you?" And they said, "No." And I said, "Well, I've got this. I had this in a paper bag, like you had a bottle of liquor or something, because I couldn't walk around with an Oscar." Officer comes over, "May I help you?" And I had stayed home that night and done a little research, and I gave the name of a winner for visual effects. Said, "Follow me." And then we went up to this area where you go in. Funny thing was, when you have an Oscar, even if it's fake, people fawn all over you. I had to get a picture with Jake Gyllenhaal, so I got somebody to take a picture, and then he's the only one who looked down at it, and he goes, "That's not real, is it?" And I said, "No." Catherine Keener, who'd been nominated for Truman or Capote that night, and I said, "Do you think I could get a picture?" So I took the Oscar and tucked it under my arm so I could reach the camera, and of course I had a drink, and the Oscar just slipped to the ground and fell, and it was like dropping a Ming vase or something. Everybody screamed and scattered, and I scooped it up, and that's when this woman who was part of the party said, "Do you mind if I use that in my story?" And I said, "Well, who are you reporting for?" And she said, "The LA Times." So I said, "Well, I got a better story for you."